Let's start with a gut punch of a question. If money were a person, would it want to hang out with you, or would it fake a phone call and sprint for the door? You see, most people think money is all math, income, expenses, budgets. But here's the real deal. Money reacts to how you treat it. And if you constantly complain, fear it, or act like it's out to get you, then yeah, it's going to keep ghosting you. Imagine showing up to a date and immediately saying, "Ugh, you're never around. I hate how you make me feel. You ruin everything." Would you stick around? Neither would money. In this video, we're going deep into why money keeps running from you and how to make it chase you instead. Because the truth is, you're not unlucky. You're not cursed. You've just been playing by rules that secretly repel the wealth you're working so hard for. We're going to uncover 7 hidden habits that push money away, quietly, consistently, and subconsciously. Here is the challenge. I want you to pause whatever excuse just popped into your head and open your notes app. Write down the 3 ugliest things you believe about money. Not the filtered version. The real, raw thoughts that run through your mind when you check your bank account or hear someone say, invest. Stuff like, I'll never have enough. People like me don't get rich. If I make money, I'll lose it anyway. Now, delete them. Yes, delete them like you're evicting an unwanted tenant from the apartment of your mind. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Those beliefs are costing you money every single day. They're not just thoughts. They're financial repellent, and they're blocking every opportunity that's been trying to reach you. Now, replace those thoughts with this one simple declaration. Money feels safe with me. I welcome it. Say it. Then say it again, louder, like you mean it. Because wealth doesn't come to people who want it. It comes to people who are ready for it. If that hits you where it needs to, smash that subscribe button and comment, "I'm ready," so I know you're not just listening. You're transforming. Because next, we're unlocking a quiet little habit that moves money in your direction without even moving a muscle. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If you disappeared for 3 months, could your bank account survive without you? If the answer is no, welcome to the club that most people live in, and the one we're about to leave. Here's a habit that doesn't make headlines, but builds empires behind the scenes. The 10-20-70 rule. It's not sexy. It won't get likes. But it quietly builds a financial fortress, while everyone else is busy flexing their latest impulse buy. Let's break it down. 10% of your income goes to giving. 20% is invested or saved, before you spend a single cent, and 70% is what you actually live on. Yes, live beneath your means. Shocking, right? And before your brain screams, "But I can't even live on 100%, ask yourself this. Do you really have a money problem or a spending discipline problem disguised as a not enough income story? Giving the 10% isn't about being noble, it's about moving energy. Stagnant money suffocates. Circulated money multiplies. When you give, you tell the universe, "I have enough to share," and what you believe becomes what you attract. The 20%? That's your future freedom fund. It's what builds your exits, your options, your ability to say no to soul-sucking jobs and yes to opportunities that actually matter. And the 70%? That's your test. Can you build a life you love inside boundaries you respect? If this rule just punched you in the gut, but made sense, comment, "Discipline equals freedom" below. Because the next habit is where real power begins, creating money even when you're not working. Let me ask you a question that could change your life. If you stopped working today, would money still show up tomorrow? If your answer is no, that's why money keeps running from you. Because you've built a system where it only exists when you do. And let's be honest, that's exhausting. Let me introduce you to Michael. regular guy. IT job, 2 kids, not rich, not flashy. But Michael had one superpower. He built small passive income streams on the side. A $9 Notion template, a tech YouTube channel with 3,000 subscribers, an ebook on fixing slow Wi-Fi. Cute side hustles, right? Nothing to quit your job over. Until Michael collapsed one morning. Autoimmune condition. Out of work for 8 weeks. No salary, no warning. But those silly little side hustles, they paid the bills. YouTube, still earning. That ebook, a forgotten email campaign, brought in dozens of sales. His Notion template, bought by remote workers on autopilot. Michael didn't panic, he didn't beg. He recovered, because he had built income that didn't depend on his body clocking in. Passive income isn't just a buzzword, it's life insurance for your financial freedom. Because money keeps running from people who treat it like a sprint. But when you build systems, money slows down and sticks around. Next up, the trap that keeps people poor no matter how much they earn. Debt disguised as lifestyle. Let's not sugarcoat it. Debt is the most seductive liar in your financial life. It whispers, you can afford this, but what it really means is, you can owe for this, forever. And this, my friend, is one of the top reasons why money keeps running from you. Because when you carry debt like a second skin, your wealth isn't growing. It's bleeding out in monthly payments. Now let's be clear, not all debt is evil. Strategic debt, that's leverage, that's business. But emotional debt, lifestyle debt, that's a financial hangover waiting to happen. The problem is we've normalized it. Monthly payments on cars we can't afford. Maxed out credit cards for emergencies that look suspiciously like concert tickets and late-night food delivery. Buying the illusion of wealth instead of building the real thing. Here's the shift. Debt should be a bridge, not a permanent address. Paying the minimum balance isn't financial responsibility. It's a bank donation plan. You're not building credit. You're building someone else's beach house. Start with the smallest debt, kill it. Then take what you were paying and attack the next one. Each balance you erase is a piece of freedom reclaimed. And no, you don't need to wait until you're making more money to start. You need a plan and discipline. That's the real flex. If you're done funding the bank's dream instead of your own, comment "No more chains" below. Coming up next, the habit that rewires your identity and stops the cycle of not me thinking. Let's talk about the most dangerous sentence in personal finance. That's easy for them, but it could never be me. This mindset, it's the anchor that keeps people broke, stuck, and exhausted. It's the reason why money keeps running from you, because deep down you've told yourself you're not the type of person who gets wealthy. Let me be blunt. Wealth isn't about luck. It's about belief. Your financial ceiling is usually built from your mental floor. When you say things like, "People like me don't get rich," "I've never been good with money," "I'm just not wired for business," you're not stating facts. You're casting spells on your future, your energy, your behavior. You can follow all the right strategies, budget, invest, save, hustle, but if your core belief is still rooted in "not me," nothing sticks. You'll sabotage, you'll stall, you'll pull back right before the breakthrough. But here's the shift. Start talking to yourself like someone worth building wealth for. Say, "I'm capable. I'm learning. I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be in motion." Michael didn't build freedom because he had extra time. He built it because he changed the way he saw himself, from an overworked employee to someone worthy of income that didn't require sacrifice. And guess what? You're no different. You're not too late. You're not too broken. You're not too behind. You're just one decision away from momentum. Change the story, and you'll start noticing new ideas, new opportunities, and people who believe in you. Because finally, you believe in you. If you're done carrying a script that says, "Stay small," comment "Rewrite" down below. Because next, we're unlocking a habit that protects your future like a shield. Your emergency fund. Not optional. Non-negotiable. Here's a reality check nobody wants to hear until it's too late. Life doesn't care about your plans. It cares about your preparation. Medical emergencies. Job loss. A car that suddenly dies on the freeway. You don't get a 30-day notice before chaos shows up. It kicks the door in and asks, "Did you plan for this?" And if your answer is no, that's why money keeps running from you. Because when you're constantly reacting, you're never building. You're just surviving. Now I know what you're thinking. An emergency fund? That sounds boring. Exactly. It's boring like airbags. Boring like health insurance. Boring like a fire extinguisher. Until the day it saves your entire life. Here's what a real emergency fund does. First, it buys you time. Next, it protects your dignity. Finally, it lets you say, "I'm good," when everyone else is panicking. Even $1,000 saved is better than $0 and $3 maxed out credit cards. Start there, then work your way up to 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Remember Michael? He was able to walk out of that hospital and into recovery without debt crushing his lungs. Because he didn't just build income, he built a buffer. That's real wealth. An emergency fund isn't about fear, it's about power. It turns unexpected chaos into handled. Up next, we're getting into the habit that creates quiet generational wealth. Investing like your future depends on it, because it does. Here's a secret most financially stuck people never figure out. Wealth doesn't come from what you earn, it comes from what you plant. The rich aren't rich because they work harder. They're rich because their money works harder, without drama, burnout, or caffeine. So let me ask you, are you planting your money somewhere it can grow? Or are you just cycling it through bills, wants, and regret? If your answer is, "I'll invest when I have more," that's exactly why money keeps running from you. It doesn't wait for perfect timing. It rewards people who move before it makes sense. Look, investing isn't just for Wall Street bros and crypto maniacs. It's for the smart, consistent builder who's playing chess while everyone else is playing scratch-offs. Start small. $20 a week, $5 a day, use index funds, dividend stocks, crowd-funded real estate. Don't overcomplicate, automate. Think of every dollar you invest like a little worker you send into the world. They don't eat, they don't sleep, and they bring friends back if you let them compound. Michael? He didn't start with thousands. He started with discipline. Years later, that habit built him a quiet nest egg he didn't have to beg for. Plant it now, harvest it later. Because the day you wake up to money earning money for you is the day you stop chasing and start choosing. If you're ready to stop planting excuses and start planting assets, let me know in the comment section. Now let's close this out with a truth bomb that could change everything. Because money isn't your enemy. It's just been waiting for you to become a better host. Let's rewind. At the start of this video, we asked why money keeps running from you and how to make it chase you instead. And now you know. It's not about luck or income or some secret handshake you're missing. It's about the way you've been wired to think about money, like it's this elusive cold force that wants nothing to do with you. But here's the truth. Money isn't avoiding you. It's just waiting for you to become someone it can trust. And that starts with your habits. Today, you didn't just watch a video. You stacked a new foundation. First, You rewired the toxic beliefs that were silently bankrupting your future. Then, you discovered the power of the 10-20-70 rule, a simple formula that quietly builds wealth while most people build excuses. Next, you learned how to create money systems that earn while you sleep, because your income shouldn't clock out just because you do. After that, you stared down the illusion of affordability and learned how to crush toxic debt before it eats your freedom alive. You also upgraded your identity from not me to watch me because wealth starts in the mirror. You suited up with an emergency fund, your financial bodyguard against life's chaos. And finally, you planted the seeds of long-term wealth by learning to invest like someone who plans to stay rich, not just look rich. And that's how you do it. That's how you make money stop running and start chasing. You don't have to beg for wealth. You become the kind of person it wants to stay with. Because this isn't about becoming rich for the flex. It's about being rich in options, in peace, in legacy. And now that you know why money's been running, go make it chase you instead. Remember, the purpose of this video is to broaden your horizons in the realm of investing. It's not about handing you a ready-to-eat financial meal, but about teaching you how to cook one yourself. Investing comes with its share of risks and uncertainties, so it's crucial to wear your research hat and consult with qualified professionals before making any financial decisions. Keep in mind, past performance in investments is like last year's weather forecast. It doesn't necessarily predict what's going to happen tomorrow. Always weigh the risks and tread carefully when putting your hard-earned money at stake. If you found this video helpful, I highly recommend watching my next video, which is the perfect complement to this one. Thank you for joining us today. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your engagement is like applause for our efforts, and it motivates us to bring even more valuable content your way. So feel free to drop a comment below. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you in my next video.